Hi friends, today we'll be talking about geography and its topics that is important for civil services examination. Geography is one of the basic subjects that is usually asked in UPSC civil services, IFS exams or any other exams that you may be preparing for competitive services, or rather competitive exams for government services like SBI, SSC, UPSC or your state level civil services examinations. Geography is one of those subjects along with history, public administration, polity, economics, current affairs forms one of the core subjects which usually UPSC asks fundamentals, some current affairs and any dynamic or static issue that may be of relevance in the current context. When you are well versed with geography, it not only helps you with that subject, it also helps you along to study for ecology and environmental science, since it is a direction based or map based subject. Knowing geography will help a great deal in understanding ecology, national parks, forests, etc. Because many subjects overlap from ecology and geography. Let us look at the different topics that are usually asked in exam, or rather let us divide geography into various subtopics that will make it easier for us to prepare for the subject. Since I already told you it's a basic subject, the fundamentals for this are very important. For that you already have NCERT books, your CBSE NCERT books, which contain all the basic information about mountains, seas, earthquakes, the relief structures of India and across the world. Moving forward, let us look at how geography is important for the examination. If you look at the question paper analysis of UPSC, every year they are asking close to about, say, somewhere about 10 to 11 questions based on geography and allied subjects to geography, say agriculture or some sort of sustainable renewable source of energy that is related with geography and its locations. So this forms an important or integral subject in your course of preparation for civil services. Let us now come to the topics of geography. So briefly, geography is divided into physical geography and human geography. There is also economic geography, which usually forms a part of human geography, but to make it simpler for us, let us keep it as a separate entity as economic geography. So you have physical geography, economic geography and human geography. Again, there are two aspects to be noted here. One is the geography of India, another one geography of the world in general. So UPSC generally asks questions from Indian geography and some basic questions based on fundamentals about world geography. Coming to the topics of geography, since I've already mentioned, let us look at physical geography. Physical geography, human geography, economic geography. Speaking of physical geography, again it's broadly divided into geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, geology, etc. So these form the base topics under physical geography where UPSC usually concentrates upon and which you are supposed to know for in your preparation. Geomorphology, as the word says, deals with the outer structure or the morphological features of the earth. For example, mountains, valleys, the rivers flowing on them, and study of rocks, study of various composition of rocks and their effect on the geographical phenomena that is taking place on the surface of the earth. Climatology deals with weather, climate and their subsequent vegetation as a consequence of that particular climate or a weather in a particular region, and how that affects a lot of varied other aspects such as biodiversity, wildlife, occupation, etc. Then we have oceanography that deals with the study of oceans, analysis of the oceans, their significance with respect to different countries and continents and in terms of geopolitics of the world. Let's come to human geography. This forms the human aspect of geography. The physical aspect of geography deals with the actual structure of the earth, the physical nature of the earth, the components of the earth, the external features of the earth. Human geography deals with the spatial arrangement of human settlement with respect to a particular location and the study and analysis of that particular region. So Speaking of which, we have subjects and topics like settlement geography, population geography, etc. that deals with settlement, the kind of people, the demographics of people, the composition of people, their occupation in that particular area, why one area is more economically well developed than another area, what are the different geographical reasons for that, all that is being dealt with in human geography. And finally, we have economic geography, as the word says, economic geography, that deals with the economic aspects, the endowments of the country, the different mineral resources that the country has in terms of its geographical locations. So broadly speaking, there are topics such as industrial geography, agricultural geography, transport geography, mineral geography, mineral-based geography, etc. So as the word says, industrial geography deals with the various establishment and locations of various industries all over India and across the world. For example, cement industries, iron ore based industries, smelting industries, metallurgical industries, etc. Agricultural geography deals with the various spatial patterns about the cropping pattern, the agricultural pattern, the production pattern of various crops all over India. For example, where are the Rabi crops concentrated? Where are the Kharif crops concentrated? Where are the Zaid crops concentrated? Which state in India produces maximum amount of rice? Which state in India produces maximum amount of wheat, coconut, jute, cash crops, food crops, etc. Agricultural geography deals with those aspects of our country. Transport geography deals with the various transport establishment and infrastructure in our country. For example, we have the railways, we have shipping, we have ports, we have airports, we have national highways, we have inland waterways, etc. So all these constitute transport geography, which is again very vital for the growth of a nation. The infrastructure in transport will also decide what kind of economy is being driven in that particular place. For example, railways. What is the penetration of railways? What is the depth of railways? How do the railways play an important role in the growth of a nation? Shipping. Which are the major ports of a country? Which are the minor ports of the country? What are the ports contributing into? What are the central government schemes that are established or that are initiated to improve these ports and infrastructure for the betterment of our nation? So all those aspects, along with the national highway development, building roads is one of the important infrastructure activity that the nation always undertakes. So all those topics coming under transport is taken care of in transport geography, which the UPSC invariably asks in different forms every single year. And we also have mineral based geography in terms of production of different mineral resources like petroleum, natural gas, iron ore, bauxite, nuclear plants. All those sort of industrial installations along with mineral geography, along with industrial installations, will decide what kind of industries are located in various places, which is again important criteria for the growth of our nation. This is a snapshot. I'm not saying that these are the only topics. I'm just mentioning one of the broad few topics where UPSC focuses on every single year in their examination. So this gives a broad snapshot about what is to be read in geography. Physical, human, economic. Again, when you talk about physical geography or human or economic, this has to be studied in two aspects. One from a general point of view across the world, and another with a specific point of view with India as a prime focus. For example, which are the important railway junctions in India, railway ports in India, railway industrial centers in India, important highways of India, important settlements of India, metro cities of India, important towns of India, which are having a direct correlation with the growth of our nation. Earth is divided, or the structure of the earth can be studied in several forms. One of them is in terms of layers. We have the crust, we have the mantle, and we have the core. The area over the crust of the earth is generally classified as lithosphere. Lith means a rock. So it's an area consisting of different types of rocks which are on the surface of the earth. The crust also contains areas where there is water. Such area are known as hydrospheres. Alright, so we have lithosphere and hydrosphere together on the crust of the earth. This is the upper topmost part of the earth's layer. So the earth's crust is made up of two basic types of components or constituents: the upper layer and the lower layer. The upper layer is made up of lighter materials such as silica and aluminium. Hence it is also called as the Sial layer. The lower layer of the crust is made up of silicon and magnesium. So hence it is called as Sima region. Our continents are located on the crust, specifically on the upper layer. That is why continents are generally known as floating pieces of land. Coming back to the structure of the earth, we have the crust, we have the mantle, and we have the core. The mantle is made up of olivine rocks, and further down to that we have the central core of the earth, which is also called as barysphere, and it is made up of very heavy metals such as nickel and iron. So this area is generally not called as a Nephi region of the earth or Nephi region of the core of the earth. Let's come back to the crust of the earth. There are basically three types of rocks that can be seen in the crust of the earth. We have the igneous rocks, then we have the sedimentary rocks, and then we have the metamorphic rocks. As the word says, igneous rocks, they are basically volcanic rocks or rocks made out of molten lava that comes out of the earth's surface and solidifies to form hard structures which are crystalline in nature, and they do not contain any kind of fossils. For example, granite, basalt, gabbro, diorite, etc. Then we have sedimentary rocks, which are called as stratified rocks because they contain several layers of different heterogeneous material that have been embedded upon each other. For example, limestone, clay, etc. Metamorphic rock, as the word says, metamorphic. Morphic means is to change something. So sedimentary rock or igneous rock, over a period of time, they changed into another type of rock. Such kind of rocks are called as metamorphic rock. For example, marble, schists, etc.